We on? What's the deal here? Are we online? Yeah, there we go. Okay. It's not saying if we're online or not. Seemingly we are, so it is good. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's rock and roll. So we are here doing this. We just fixed that. We fixed the ragdolls. Now we want an easier way of doing stuff. So we're going to do, don't have any werewolves, but werewolf attacks. We should have some animations. See Infected Gaming, hello, how are you, sir? Hope you're well. Got some animations. What have we got? Let's see how good these ones are. That looks pretty juicy, doesn't it? Okay, well, this one. Just messing around in Unreal, just making our project a little bit better, adding some enemies, adding some animations, nothing too serious, just chatting. I thought that. So this could be our jump attack, which is cool. Whoa, where'd he go? Oh, I've lost him completely now. Let me just load this up again. Okay, that one's probably got a bit too much movement. There's a bunch of hits and walks. We don't need those. What's digging? Yeah, okay. Right, okay. So we've got all of these attacks. And we're just gonna make an added montage. And then we've got our werewolf enemy type here. So they don't have an equip or an unequip. Basic attack. We've just done Taco 1. Long range attack. It can be a long range attack, that was pretty good. Taco 3. And then what was a Taco 2? That was a bit like a smash or grab attack, so that's cool. We can do this one here. Taco 2. Enemy skeleton. I wish I had a werewolf, but I don't. So this will do for now. 3D versus UE. Hello, how are you? You will, sir. So this is details. Come down here. And we want the werewolf. Unarmed. I mean, it's not even a game at the minute. We will, if I can. So this guy doesn't do anything because his behavior tree says that he should be equipping or unequipping. So in the base enemy, wait a sec, no, behavior tree, where are you? Behavior tree, enemy, melee. Mate, I didn't know you were from New York, man. That's awesome. What time is it over there? In the Big Apple. So state is equal to attacking. 7:30 is not the morning. I was up at that time anyway. Thought it would like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. GameDev. I mean, yeah, anything's possible in this day and age. Spinning attack. Do we have a spinning? We don't have a spinning attack. Okay. So if we open up this, find event on weapon equipped, equip weapon AI. I need to make it so that if they don't have a weapon, it still bypasses. 5 here, man. All over the world. We're worldwide now. That's awesome. This is true. The minute you like even open up Unreal, it is 12:30 in the UK. We are on our lunch, chilling out in some games, ignoring the proper job. I want to do looking for the equip animation, and I'm a bit of an idiot because I can just do this, and it's not there. So is it in my sandbox character? Because both characters and enemies can use it. There we go. Right, it's a function. It attaches here, but where does it get called? Let's find the references. Spawns the actor, attaches the actor, specifically for the enemy. But there's a montage that plays that stops it somewhere. MD6. Yeah, I know which one you're on about. Yep. The MD6 traversal system, where it's the one that Clydie showed off the other day. Yeah, that one looks cool. Let me know if I reckon it uses animation blueprints. And there's a part of me that also reckons it's taken something from the marketplace and put it in there as its own, which is a little bit naughty. That's here. There we go. So call on weapon equipped. So we want anims equipped, and we just want to do an is valid here. So if it is valid, then we do this, and if it's not valid, then we bypass it until this weapon is equipped. And then same for unequip. If it is valid, we do this, and if it isn't valid, we just bypass it and tell it to finish that part. Yeah, specifically the wall running bit in terms of that marketplace asset. I'm pretty sure that I have that marketplace asset from Hammerhead Studios. I hope I'm wrong, but it'd be interesting if I'm not. Spinning melee attack. Where does that go? This is the montage. I mean, I've got 7 systems on Fab. He didn't message me. I'm kidding. Spin a melee attack. We'll get this, see if it is valid. And if it is valid, do this. And if it is valid, just want to call this attack end. Right, now our werewolf should at least follow us, even if he hasn't got a weapon to pull out of his pocket. No, he doesn't. He hates us. Action event. Maybe. Like the wall running one, I'm pretty sure I put in something that I did. What did I do? Is it this one? Nah, this is too tidy to be my proper one. There we go. Gas test error. We've taken on a side quest of showing off the wall running component from Fab. I've gotten distracted because something didn't work and I need a moment to think about it. Gas test area. This project is dirty. It's got too many folders. It's not organized. It's horrible. Damn it, map. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, other than the hand IK, but that's because I've tried to put it into Gasp rather than use ABPs. And obviously my camera clipping. But I'm pretty sure it's the same on here, so that'll be interesting to see. Right, back to what I was actually trying to do, which is this guy. Focus is fine. BTD is wielding the weapon. Gets to enemy base. If that's not true, then it does this. If it is true, then he should go set a breakpoint here, see what happens. Oh, it's fine, mate. Okay, so that's not triggering at all. I need to make this as easy as possible to add new enemies into it. So that bind's fine, so I know it's running here. It's just not running the finish event. And that will be because the sword equip isn't doing what it should be doing. It's not an enemy boss. Not on blocked. Can't just be on enemy melee, surely. Equip weapon. This calls on weapon equipped. Oh, okay. And then it gets its wield in. weapon, so we'll just bypass that. And then on equip, do that here. Should work now. Yep, yep. No. Okay. Why is that? So it binds on weapon equipped, which triggers straight away. So we get our behavior tree, focus, we get the equipped weapon. We call BPI enemy AI. Can't get your Wukong character to work. More details would be useful. Like, what about it isn't working? Is it not running around? Is it T-posing? Is it not moving? Where did you get it from? What skeleton's it on? Just, like, I can't read minds, do you know what I mean? A quick weapon enemy. It's just T-posing around. Okay. Where's it from? Is it the Paragon one? Oh, you mean this VFX? I don't even know what button I've put it on now. Oh, it's this one. Whee. Yeah, it's cool. It works on the enemy as well. So like this enemy that we just added, they also do it. But yeah. No. Can you do a StreamYard? I would, but I've got no idea how I would even do that, man. Like, I'm not a streamer or a YouTuber or whatever, I'm just a guy that plays around with Unreal. I've got no idea how I would even set that up. So, like, you can post it in the Discord, I'll take a look at it, but yeah, I can't do like a StreamYard. I've no idea what that even means. I'm sure it is, mate, but not when you don't know. I can start a QA, I can start a poll. But yeah, but I don't have the option to do a StreamYard. Sounds complicated. Do this. Bind on event. It runs this equip weapon AI, which is in here. Equip weapon. This does this. Uncompleted, it does this. Well, this should be working. This is confusing as to why it's not working. Binds this, cause weapon equipped. Am I getting paid to go to StreamYard? Or am I getting paid to work on this? Just so I know. Because like, it's someone else's tutorial. I'd be happy to help you. I'm not gonna like break my back to do it. I'll do it on my own time, sort of thing. So like, you can post it to Discord and I'll take a look at it. But right now, I'm working on something that's someone's paying me to do. Do you know what I mean? Well, well, no. I'm happy with the stream as it is. like I say, you can post it to Discord. I'll take a look at it. But I'm working on this right now. So this is the equip. This does this. This does this, but this isn't telling this. Why is that? Radials are cool, man. Like gamepad stuff should be like setting up gamepad menus is difficult, but once you've done it like a couple of times, it all turns out pretty easy. But like if you put gamepad support in there, you open up like all the PlayStations and Xboxes and consoles and also, so it's well worth having a look into for sure. This can just go straight into that, so I can get rid of that. It looks like a mess, but I'll sort that in a sec. Why is he not following me? So we call a quick iPhone and bind to it. Okay, that'll be why. So it does this. What are you on about? What a noob. The channel's called Zero to GameDev, mate. Like, I've never said that I'm a full professional. I literally know nothing. Let's add a delay here for 1 second. Whip here, irons here, then it does this, then it finishes, and now he follows us. Here. Progress be progressing. Let's go. So now we will get our enemy base. Six years. Blowing hell. That sounds intense. How is that? Is it on? Did you put it on Steam? Is it on Steam now? Was it just a passion project? What's the story there? Let me know, Swashbuckling Fox. I'm interested in knowing. Template for. So is it a fab? Is it a fab asset or what's the? Is it just a template for yourself to be able to make games like quicker? Fair. So it's like a framework for yourself. It's awesome, man. Are you happy with it? Was it was it 6 years well spent? Refactoring, man. I love refactoring. It takes the absolute mick, but I love doing it. It's like just making your code better, like after everything that you've learned. Like, yeah, no, I love it. I hear that. I hear that. I hear that the last 10% is the last 90%. That's a well said saying. I'm yet to experience that. Just like there's just so much to figure out and do. It's never boring. Do you know what I mean? I think that's why I like it. Just that it is just never boring. There's always something to pick up and learn. So you did your template in January 2016. Yeah, tell me about it. So you did your template for a year and then spent 5 years polishing it and doing the work. Yeah, well, like if you can pick stuff up together and learn together, like I've got a small little group of guys that I started with. It's cool, man. There we go. Although that root motion's awful. Right, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Sweet. So, first off, got too many windows open. So let's go back to our enemies. Where did I set on my data table? Oh, that's a data table. And let's make sure that the root motion is turned on for these. So what's the plan now then, Swashbuckling Fox? Are we going to use this template to make a game? Spend another 6 years making a game, or what was it? What does this template include? I'm guessing like if it's a like Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed, Valhalla template, you've got like an inventory in there, save system. Is there any sort of level design in there or PCG or anything? There we go. Hello, Camille, how are you? Right, okay. Well, I didn't know that I could press F4 and do that. That looks insane. I don't know what that's doing, other than removing all the colours. I feel like I've stepped into like an alternative world here. Right, okay, so to make our attacks work, we need contents, enemies, enemy base. And but I think it's in BPC attacks. Yeah, it is. I need to figure out See, this is why I don't like using notifiers inside of the montages, because I have to now add these, whereas if I use the animation notify blueprint, I could just add the notify blueprint. So this takes longer. Where's the original jump that I had? That will be in melee enemy. There we go. Which will be in enemy base. And then we have not a structure. That's what I've done. And I've not labeled things properly. I mean, I've done a couple of streams. I don't hate doing it. It's just different. Like, harder to help people on the stream though, unless they provide me lots of DL. Yeah, I mean, I'm still learning how to do pretty much everything, both Unreal and YouTube, so I just keep experimenting with different things. So this is the spinning sword attack. I don't want that. I want the jump attack. And I want the one that's in montage. Sword jump attack, that's what I want. So there's a jump and a slash. So that's the long range attack. So I just need to add the jump notify. Where else does he jump? Okay, here. Copy that. Paste that here. And the slash. Grab that. I mean, yeah, the ones that we've done are more game streams though. Like someone gave me Doom and decided to play Doom for a bit, and then I was beta testing someone's game. So that was good fun. This is the first one where I'm just like working on stuff. This is a project that someone's paying me to mess with, so this will be like their update, but also I get to do stuff on stream as well. So it's all good fun. But my internet's so shocking I can't download any new animations. What? Oh, there you go. There it is. Jump. Bam. Right. Why aren't those trails working? That's part of the reason that we liked this animation. Trails don't work if they're in the sequence but not in the montage? That seems weird. Could be that we actually don't have a socket for them. Right, let's go and check the mannequin. I've got my own stuff in the background. it's just not at a place that I would want it to be at the minute to be able to show it off. I just don't. It's time, man, innit? Like, time is something that keeps going and doesn't stop, obviously. And balancing that and everything else. So I've got some stuff that I'm working on. Trailer start. So where is that? So they've got a left-hand trail starting trail end and then a right-hand. Okay. So does the other one trail starting end. So I mean I can show it. My personal projects use the I'll show you. I'll tell you what, I'll show you now, just because you're all in for a what's this? What's the words, man? Words. The premiere of my own game currently that we're working on. I've now got 4 Unreal Engine windows open, which I find hilarious. So this is just the playground. I'll show you the level design in a bit, but I always do a playground first. And we've got I'll tell you what, let me put this in a proper window so that you can see it better. There we go. And I mean, it's not even a game at the minute, it's more just a playground and stuff. But hopefully it'll turn into something cool. Trousers, hat, boots. I thought I picked up a coat. Pirate coat. So items and sword stuff, and then there's a shop in here as well. So there's a bunch of like systems and mechanics in here. But I'm trying to get better at the art side because all my art sucks. What was the put away there? Put away button. So it's not perfect. Because that's not perfect. There we go. There's still some problems and whatever, but it'll get there. That opens. I thought I programmed the shield to do something, but let me show you the level. I suck at level design, which is why. Where is it? Mate, I'm yeah, no. The bucket is good. I can't even find there it is, open wood. The bucket is how I feel whenever I make a YouTube video. Like just put my head in a bucket and be like, hide. Yeah, well, those games, like, I'm not responsible for the art. But yeah, I, as I've said, I don't pretend to know anything. I appreciate it, man. It's alright. Good, man. Sorry, didn't mean to blind anyone. But yeah, this is open world. It uses ultra dynamic sky because I think UDS is pretty awesome. And yeah, we're just building stuff as we go. And I don't mind, no, because I'm just like, I'm honestly just not like, I'm glad that you are wanting to make a game. Like that's super awesome and stuff. But yeah, I'm just a bloke, man. Like everyone saying thank you makes me feel like, oh, it's raining. Sorry, didn't mean to care. Master Chief. Oh, okay. Should I was gonna say should never have removed their buckets, because if you're saying they should have removed the bucket, so I might have to have like got rid of you. Oh, mate, the widgets are really nice, but widget design is so complex and complicated. Like there's so many parts to game development, and I like try and focus purely on the code part, which is why this playground level is my favorite place to be. Um, so like all of this is someone else who I brought in to work on it, because I can't do art at all. But yeah, got abilities with placeholders and quest logs, and it's a whole stat system that still needs to be built out and everything. So it's good. Like we'll make progress. I don't make as much progress on it as I want to, because I still got to earn the money. That might have been a bit strong. But I think everyone's got one of those things, right? That they're like, I hate doing this about game dev, and one of those things where they're like, oh, I love doing this. And for me, it's anything arty. Mate, I feel you, man. I feel you. Like I'm just building systems rather than levels, and then at some point we'll get levels going. We'll rock and roll. We need some enemies. There is a like a plan for some sort of like thing. I've got kids, mate. I want to give them something to play or something to look at and think about. The oh, might need to change this. But yeah, so like yeah, I'm just messing around with my own stuff and doing other stuff and creating other stuff. Like you know, like YouTube is great in terms of being able to work on lots of things at once, because like you just work on lots of things, and yeah, like because there's so many different things to cover in Unreal, I can just publish lots of different kinds of videos rather than trying to work on this all the time. What? Import kite kid and co-op. That's fair. Although at the minute it'll just be. Is it on Roblox? No, it's not on Roblox. Get out of here. This should now do damage. It's embarrassing that it doesn't do damage. Oh man, it's so difficult to balance, you know? Just like, that sound like I'm making excuses, but I'm really trying not to. Just to balance like the pace and everything, and I don't think I'm quite there yet. There are much better people than me, and I try and just cover the stuff that I think hasn't been covered. Oh yeah, no, I know which one you mean. Now I'm annoyed that this guy isn't. They're just damaging each other. Why am I not being? Okay, still a work in progress. I don't use common UI. I just use UMG. Yeah, no, I just use UMG, mate. Let's go back to this, which is what I should be doing because this one's getting me paid. There's not much out there for like common UI, like just in terms of what people are doing and the docs and stuff. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like, you're not doing what you should be doing. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy what I was doing. There's no point in. So in here, this starts here. Okay, so they are different. Just get lower arm R then. I don't quite think the UI, like AI, is there yet. Like, having worked a lot AI, not for this, but like, just at work. There we go. Beautiful. Mate, AI in terms of like game dev is probably one of the least covered subjects. Yeah, focus more on narrative and gameplay mechanics or contributors. Unless you actually make something work, people won't believe the idea is solid. I think prototyping is huge. Like, you have to have something to show. Like, there's too many people. Oh, me, he hates me. There's too many people that are saying, I've got this great idea and it's brilliant. And like, I'm sure they do. I'm sure it's a fantastic idea. But unless you have something behind it, it's not. No one's going to sort of go, yeah, that could be a thing. There we go. Now we've got his trails. Mate, we've got our kids are the same age, mate. But yeah, Roblox, man. Mad. There we go. Right. Beautiful. And that's stopping his attacks as well. Sweet. Because like, you could earn more money more realistically, like just getting a second job, right? But we do this because, number one, like, most of us would love video games. Like, I would love to see. They are a bit slow. I'm gonna add more combat stuff to it in a sec once I've sorted out this guy's attacks. That was the long range attack. And this is that attack. Which is, what do I put this down as? The basic attack. Yeah. charge. Attack at 1, attack at 3, jump attack, mage attack, sword jump, sword spin. Longsword would be my preferred weapon here, like for sure. What is that? Just that's the axe quick attack. Is there no other attacks? Importing animations doesn't play any of them, even if selected correct skeleton. Any fix for this? Importing them from where? Yeah, no, the stream should be saved. I'm not gonna delete it or anything, but yeah, don't worry about catching every one of them. Just pop in and say hello when you can, and it's always good to talk to you. So have a great day, mate. I'll see you soon. Yeah, I need to know more details, man. Like importing animations from where, like what's the context? I mean, I appreciate the honesty, but it better not be any of my assets. So grab that. But yeah, if you got some animations and they don't play, if you got them from a zip file, then I know that there's some problems when you import them. It depends on where you got them and how you got them. Slash there. Slash there. Yeah, I'll do. And then we'll change these to lower armor. People look at you like, yeah, it's not easy to make a game, but also people look at you like you're crazy as well. You know, when you say to like friends and family, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to make a video game," they're like, "What?" It's an interesting one to have a dream. Do you know what I mean? If you said to someone, "Yeah, I'm gonna try and make a business doing like X, Y, and Z," so it's a U asset from a folder. So that skeleton provided within it, but it still shows T-pose. When I carefully look, some bones show. A lot of bones are grayed. Yeah, they mate, don't not Candy Crush, mate. Worldwide sensation. 100% normal vintage assassin. Yeah, it's normal to follow a tutorial and come out at the end of it with a product and then look at it like a minute later and be like, I don't know how I've got here, but I've got here. So yeah, 100% normal. And it will get easier and it will carry on. Where I would say those questions that you have, you should ask them. I mean, like, let me answer this question and answer yours. Yeah, 100% normal. I died. 100% normal. Ask the questions that you need to ask. Like, join the Discords. Don't be afraid of asking the questions. if anyone talks down to you or something, or like just isn't nice to you or about that, they're not worth your time, mate. Any dev worth their salt is is gonna try and help you, because everyone remembers what it was like to start. And so yeah, there's lots of different advice out there for sure. But in my head, ask the questions, make notes of your code, don't delete any projects, because you can look back at them and you can just copy code that you've already done once it makes sense to you. And then as you do more, it will start to click. Like you'll start to realize that actually, yeah, that node goes here, and you'll just get faster at doing what you're doing. Now there are some sort of exceptions, like systems like inventories and quest systems, like they're difficult to do, and that's why you don't find loads of tutorials on them. But systems like combat or AI, there's quite a few tutorials on, because they're easier to do. So I think you'll be fine. I think what you're feeling is perfectly normal. And yeah, man, like I've got a Discord, you can post stuff in there. I'll answer any questions. I like to think I'm quite active in answering people's questions. Stream is probably exceptional, because I don't do this very often. But combat animations for free, good ones. Depends what you're after. I've got 5,500 animations that I've posted that are combat and locomotion. Those are all the Paragon ones that used to exist, and some of them still do, but some of them don't. And then in terms of like, I don't like mix mode animations. Like they're all like, you can try mix mode, they're all free. There's some good ones on there, but I don't like the fact they've not got a root motion or anything. So yeah, 5,000 out of 500. My words, man. My words are not doing well. You weren't. Let's see what you want. You want. Where is it? God, I've done so many videos now. I can't even find the video I want. Wait, let's do this. This one. 5,500 AAA animations. These will be combat and locomotion and like all sorts. So there'll be a fair few in there as well. How do I feel in terms of? Yeah, tell me about it. I feel good, man. Like I'm always nervous when I release a video, hoping that it's enjoyed by people. But once I do it, I tend to feel alright. In terms of like game dev and stuff, I feel great. I think for me, rather than sitting on a sofa and sort of just like scrolling through and being like, oh man, watch this next TikTok or watch this next reel, or like suddenly then 20-30 minutes have gone by, I'm now like, let's look up how to do something. Let's see how Ryan Laley's doing something. Let's see what Gork is up to. Let's see what Pitchfork's up to. So I feel good, man. I like it. It gives more feeling of productivity than anything I've done before. Even though like progress is slow. It's like I'm just messing around with animations here and stuff. So like it's not quick. I think I've done these two. Ground Smash. What is the code for Ground Smash? That's the long range primary mid to the ground smash. See, that's the thing, Imagine Bravery. Like, if you tell someone you're working on this massive game, they'll automatically look at you like you're mad. And to be fair, we probably are insane. But also, it's what we want to do. Do you know what I mean? I can't imagine doing anything else because nothing else interests me. I like this. And if that means that, sorry, 2 seconds. If that means that I need to spend like years working on it, at least I'll have like learned something. And I think you learn a lot about yourself doing this as well. Like probably how nuts you are is valid, is not valid. It's the wrong way. Like I've learned a lot about just how to work with people and how to communicate. Like YouTube's a lot about how to communicate and how to plan stuff and all sorts, and what people like, and that the internet isn't always a nice place. But for the most part, everyone that I've interacted with has been fantastic. Everyone's good people. Do you know what I mean? Slash jump AOE slash. Use this way. So this will be the ground smash, and this is just smash. Original. What I fix this? Lower arm. R. And this is lower arm. L. And underscore L. Sweet. Where was the animation from? So you built a combat system, you used play montage, which is the correct way of doing it. When you previewed the animation, it was played exactly like what you retargeted you. But when you put it into the game world on the player, it started to float when the animation played. It was from Fab. Okay, that's unusual. Okay, that's weird. Because normally that happens when the root motion's really weird, or they don't have root motion. That like the legs will suddenly fly up or whatever. So that one's a bit weird. Do your big smash. There we go. There we go. So that's all 3 of those attacks. Okay. UEFN mannequin. What other ones we got in here? Undead. Animations. Enemy animations. Undead animations. Undead attack. Pardon me. Sorry. So, why has he got a sword and shield there? That's pretty good. This one might have too many attacks. Oh, some of these are combo attacks. Nice. Core blimey, man. It's an English thing. Sorry, mate. Try to, like, I swear all the time at home, but if I put it online, then someone will probably have me. Plus, like, my kids might watch these videos. They often do. So I've got the werewolf attack. That was down. So what I can do is we'll turn this colour into green to say that that's been done. Right, vampire now. Mate, there's some great words, like I should really plug myself here, right? But probably not. It depends on what you're trying to achieve. If it's like sword combat and stuff, let's see. What we got? So there's the basic setup of, like, you got your Ryan Laley's, like Gorka's got a big long tutorial. Unreal. I've got a lot of people on here. Where is he? Let's go to all subscriptions. Combat. Well, it depends. So if you're using a game animation sample, then Jonathan Isaacson is probably one of the better ones I've seen for game animation sample project stuff. Like, he's very good, and it's multiplayer as well. I don't touch multiplayer, so if you're looking for multiplayer stuff, he's probably your man. If you're looking for in general multiplayer stuff but not so much combat, then Kickabyte has like loads for multiplayer. I think it's got like a whole multiplayer checklist or something. So he's very good for multiplayer. In terms of like combat, probably like some of these aren't finished, which like is frustrating. Like this one, like started really good, just isn't finished. And so yeah, like you could buy a whole template for Combat Fury, but it's a little bit advanced. I'd probably say if you're starting out, then you want to just make something like super simple, super easy. Look, there's my tutorial. This one's probably pretty advanced as well. Code Like Me. This one will get you like a full game, but it's just melee combat stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, man. Like, it just depends on what you want to achieve. Like, some more animations you can get for free. This is quite advanced, like just in terms of what it is. And then I would say, if you were looking for something that was really well explained, and someone that I'd just recommend to most people is this guy. Any of his like longer stuff. So like this interaction series is really well done. This bow and arrow one is really well done. This smart enemy AI is like the one that I'm building on here. And then this combat damage system.
My name is Alex. And
is good here too. So he's definitely someone that you should check out. He deserves a lot more credit and stuff. So for most projects, I'd recommend using the third person template. Yeah. Oh man, I appreciate you something to me. Like I appreciate it. Honestly, I wasn't angling for that. Yeah, but I appreciate it nonetheless. But for most projects, I would probably recommend using the third person template if you were a beginner, and if you were more advanced, then you could look into using Gasp. It all depends on like what you want as well. So like, I'm not using Gasp for my personal project because it makes no sense to be able to climb up stuff and roll around and do all the crazy traversal stuff when I'm covered in heavy armor. And I'm also like playing as a 8-year-old child. That makes no sense to me. But the other reason to not use Gas, which is like I'm shooting myself in the foot because most of my content is on game animation sample projects, but that's only because I didn't see many people doing game animation sample project. If I what was I saying? If you were going to use Gasp, one of the reasons not to is the amount of content out there isn't up to scratch. So like there's maybe 3 or 4 people doing game animation sample project stuff in depth. Whereas for third person template, there's loads. So you can always find help and stuff. Ooh, that was scary. Do we want a combo? Or do we just want... Are all of these combos? Okay. Well, that's intense. Do. No, I don't think so, actually. I didn't actually check what animations are in that pack that I gave away. I think these ones are paid, mate. Yeah. Give yourself some credit and cut yourself some slack in terms of messy or poorly optimized code. So it probably is, and that's okay. Like, you're not gonna make perfect code. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to work, mate. You want something that you can say is yours, and then you can come back and like finish it off. And that's really hard to accept in terms of like me as well. I'm always like, oh man, I've just learned about this thing and I can make it better, or this new thing came out and I want to use that. So I feel your pain, and I know from hearing this advice myself and from having to sort of unwire my brain how hard it is to accept that. So I don't feel bad if you are like, no, I can't do that. But honestly, cut yourself some slack. You're a solo dev. You're like, game dev's hard in general, and if the code works, then it's fine. Move on to the next thing. Take the victory there, and then you can look back on it and say, I achieved this, but I actually want to improve it a little bit. The other thing is, like, as a dev, for me personally, you underestimate how much code goes into making these big games. Like, in our heads, we know that like Red Dead Redemption, GTA 6, Final Fantasy, all of these massive games, they are huge, like lines and lines and lines of code. Like, it takes teams and teams of people, and our little game isn't even going to come close to that much code. unless it does, and in which case then good for you. But for the most part, it's going to be pretty optimized anyway, just because of the size of it. So as long as you're not doing silly things like casting on tick or doing lots of things on tick, then for the most part, your code will run quite nicely. So, as I say, cut yourself a bit of slack. Give yourself that well done that you probably have earned, and yeah, just carry on, man. In terms of like actual like optimizations, though, try and understand interfaces to be able to communicate stuff, so you're not creating huge hard references, and event dispatches. And for code, that's pretty much the main optimizations. In terms of all these animations were from the free pack I mentioned, yeah, no, they definitely weren't. These ones were definitely paid. Don't worry about optimization. You have to redo it the next time. I stick to one version of UE. Like, I think the project I showed you was in 5.4, and I've got no not option, but I've got no plans on changing it at all. I wish this box stopped coming up. Right, I want that one. And I think we just want that one. That one's pretty good, actually. I'll take that one. Yeah, I mean, if there's a need to change, then like go for it, man. I would always make sure I had a backup though. Horror stories of people changing are insane. Do we know what's coming with 5.7? I've not seen any huge news. I've seen rumors and people posting videos about 5.7. Lack of animations, man. Animations are huge. It's not if you're an animator, you are making bank from indies. Because I've brought some packs that suck. Like, I've brought some really bad animated packs that just don't. That's cool. We'll use that. Right. Here are 4 animations. Do I need 4? Do I need 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, those will do. Right, so we got this guy. Duplicate him. He is going to use look, I would always say if you're going to it's hard for sure, like it is. I'm not gonna like blow smoke up here. Like it is tough, but you should only really give up if you have started to hate it. Like if you're still enjoying yourself and you find the progress to be frustrating but rewarding, then you should keep going, man. Like, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But it is game dev to me is like banging your head against the wall until that wall breaks, and then you do a little celebration and you run head first into the next wall and start all over again, just banging it into the wall, trying to get through that one little bit that's like beating your ass, and then you just go over it again. You gotta be a bit of a sadist to love this, but I do. I really do love this, because it does reward you in the end. Like when you've done something, that feeling of like, oh, what? Now I know how to do this, and this works how I want it and stuff. That's an insane feeling. So hopefully you're getting that feeling, or like looking at the stuff that you've made, and even if you have to follow the tutorial, you're still able to see that actually you started here and then you get somewhere here. Eric in the Lost Vikings. I didn't, did I? I don't even think I played that game. Played as Eric in the Lost Vikings a lot. Mr. Zero. Is that is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Help me understand. You know, one thing I wish they'd improve. It is like such a pain in the ass. You know when you've got loads of animations, having to search for all of these ones or remember the name of the animation, especially when there's really bad naming conventions. Like I just want to find this animation from this file and use it. I'm gonna have to just rename these animations into what I want. This is the vampire basic attack. The Lost Vikings features 3 Vikings, one with a shield, one with a bow, one that runs fast and jumps high. You can bash walls with his head breaking. I mean, that sounds like a great guy. RTG. Bash walls with his head breaking them. I mean, he sounds like the guy I would want to play as, no doubt. Like, what's the use of RTG in play montage? I'm not even seeing. Where are you even getting RTG from, mate? Yeah, I'm not even seeing what you're asking. If you can expand on it, then I can like help you out. I just don't know what RTG stands for. Ah, okay. So you retarget the animation. So like right click, retarget animation, UEFN. It should just export as. You should just be able to export it as an animation. And now it's just changed the skeleton from this grey one to this orange one. If you're talking about a live retargeter, like if you're talking about live retargeter, like RTG auto, that's just moving the skeletons in time. So like in this project, then you okay, so if it's this RTG auto regenerator, then if I look in this enemy base, I've got this mesh here, but hidden underneath that is another mesh. So this is quite advanced. So this orange guy is hidden underneath that. And the RTG retargeter is just making sure that this silver guy follows the orange guy during the game. It basically means that I can use this orange guy to have all of my animations for like my enemies, my player, everyone, and then I can use different skeletons alongside that retargeter to have different characters. So like here, for instance, you see this one? This one's got an actual proper character who looks interesting on here. So it just enables me to be able to run this lady skeleton alongside this orange skeleton that has all of my animations, because all of my enemies just run off this enemy base here. So it's just a way of keeping all my code together. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So when I get a whole bunch of animations, I just retarget them to my one character, and then each of my characters use the retargeter on here. It matters even less. Like, you don't even need to retarget them if they all use the same skeleton structure. So like all the bone names are the same and stuff. But that all just depends on where you get your animations from and how good the person who makes them is. So there's a little bit to it, but that's how it works. How one would enable hand-eye K during a montage, making the hands come together to, say, holding a weapon, a sword, or gun. How would we do that? So we would need to get the hand-eye K. Like, the basic gist of it is I hate this. This is annoying. No, I mean, I'm not going to show you like the full thing, but the basic gist is you get what we call a fabric node. And I'm trying to remember how I did this. 2 seconds. And this is why you never delete any of your code. Gas tutorial test area. There we go. This has been a hella productive stream. This is like the most people I've talked to. It's great. Love it. Imagine bravery. What do you mean you made a clip? A clip of what? Of me being silly? Oh man. I've got to see this now. Right, where is gas test area? No, it's not that one. It's the TPS tutorial, which is opened on my screen. So, TPS system, it's not in there. I know where it is. Blueprints. AVP sandbox. Animation graph. So the basic gist of this is I have a function here that is called set hand IK, which basically means if I'm not doing a traversal action, then it does hand IK. And it gets the hand IK from this function that is in sandbox character, which I'll show you, and then it sets it in the player and in the animation graph. And there's just a node here to say to turn it on or off. So like if it's on, then this is at 1 and it does the thing, and if it's at 0, then it doesn't do anything. So if I turn this on, it's not in an animation at the minute, but you see it snaps straight to my gun, and I turn it off and it goes back. So if I just put this in a preview pose, yeah. Can I put this in a preview pose? Okay, I think I can put it in a preview pose. Now let's do this. Let's grab. Kind of. I'll show you in a sec. Don't worry. Let me just grab this animation. So this animation's good anyway because it like already hooks it in. But if I turn on the hand IK, then it moves it over here. This isn't perfect. I was just playing with stuff. But ideally, I would want this like twisted around. Have I got a animation that isn't awful? No, because that's an additive animation. Problem is, I've tweaked all my animations so that most of them have a pistol, so that I could make those big 1,700 animations. Run forward without pistol. No, okay. Okay. But yeah, inside the character, let me just reconnect this before I forget. Character. I've got this function that just says get hand IK, and it looks at whatever weapon I'm holding, and it gets the skeletal mesh, and then it gets the socket, the name that I want. So this one's getting left hand IK, but if I wanted to then also get like right hand IK, I could use the same function here. But this function, yeah, it gets the weapon that's in my hand, gets the skeletal mesh, gets the transform, and then positions that next to the hand R and shoots out. And then this fabric node places it together. And it's really quite simple. It's not really hard, but it's mainly for skeletal meshes. Static meshes are a bit more difficult. So if you can turn your static meshes into skeletal meshes, that'll do you better. But yeah, it just turns on and then moves the hand towards the point that I've set. We'll do a video once I've like sorted it out properly, so it doesn't look absolutely horrible. But this was just me playing to make sure I knew what I was doing first. But yeah, there will be a video at some point about it. I'll close that before I break something else. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay, so the question is, do I have oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's this one that should be a vampire. So what animations does the vampire use? We come to the post search database then. Don't use metahumans. So I know jack about metahumans, honestly. But yeah, I just don't use metahumans. I suppose you could use metahumans and like turn down all the textures, perhaps. But no, like 16 gig of RAM seems slow. Like that sounds like it might be a struggle. Does the vampire have any specific runs? Animations, any animations, vampire. Let's change this. The vampire. So here we have an angry goblin boy. And I'm hoping we have a vampire idol now. So we just need to find this and turn on loop, root motion, and force root lock. Now, back in our chooser, change this to vampire. This can be any, and this can be vampire. And then hopefully I'll T-pose for a little bit. So vampire. Disable reselection, loop it, yes. Choose a database. Idle vampire is able to be all of these. Weapons. Save that. Save everything. So you can see why is that? That'll be why. Enemy base. Let's hide that. Mesh again. There we go. Compile save. Try to work out if that's the same animation as that, but I don't think it is. But I could be wrong. Okay. So that would be why, if I swap this to magic. Because it's triggering this on there. Even though this is more appropriate. Did I see that up here? No. Expedition 33 is like, that was a sleeper game, man. Like, that just came out of nowhere and blew people's minds. Oh, that was so impressive. I don't have to turn this into a... I've not played it, man. I watched some people play it. It just seemed really good. It was impressive. It was made in Unreal as well, which is like, man, I wish I could make UI like that. That UI looks just good. I mean, that's fair. Like, it's got that Final Fantasy, but also you feel way more involved in it type feel, as far as I understand. And that's really like, that's impressive. Didn't expect them to sort of pull that off. There we go. So if I change that to a goblin, it should change stance. Werewolf change stance. Goblin T-poses. Vampire T-poses. Why does the goblin T-pose? Duplicate that. Let's change this to goblin. Goblin. That's because it uses the unarmed as well. There we go. This goblin, his movement is amazing. Let's see if I can get him to move around a little bit. Pulls out his sword. Look at him run. Oops. Yeah, I don't like getting attacked like that. What? Crazy. Uh, Goblin. This one was vampire. There we go. That's what we're working on. Working on the vampire. We got goblin, werewolf, vampire, and in our animations, vampire animations. This is our vampire jump attack. What's this? Vampire grandsons. What? What would you say sounds easier to make? A slug co-op game where you play as disabled animals like a colorblind goat with a power like double jump where you solve puzzles with friends. I mean, that sounds a lot like some of the levels from Split Fiction and It Takes Two. Doesn't sound easy to make, but you would have to you would have to get the post-processing on your goat or like your disabled animal correctly. That's like going to be your main selling point, right? Is getting it to look like it's colorblind, or whatever each of the disabilities are in the animals, getting them to work as you would want them. Like, it's certainly a unique sounding game. So there's that to it. As for which one would be easier, the Souls-like will be easier because everyone is trying to cover Souls-like on tutorials. Well, did you also manage to get all of the characters moving, like, in terms of the movement of the goat and stuff? So I imagine that that's going to be difficult if you don't have animations. Like, if you've got animations, then you're all gravy sort of thing. But so they're humanoid animals. Okay, I mean, if they're humanoid animals, then you'll have a much easier time of it, no doubt. If they were like 4-leg quadrupeds, then you might not do so well. But humanoids, yeah, you'd be fine. What's this? In terms of how easy it is, I mean, if you've already done the hard part of the integration and you can get more than one person into it, then puzzles not overly difficult. They tend to be. I've never played Lethal Company. It's just not a game that I've played. Goblin attacks, werewolf attacks fighting. Vampire doesn't attack. Why doesn't the vampire attack? None there, none there. They should still enable them to run. Sending the goblin here. So why are you not moving? Let's get rid of you. It depends what puzzles you want. Like, what are you... What puzzles are you trying to create? Oh, here we go. Whoa. There we go. Okay, that works. Yeah, depends on what puzzles you're after, really, right? Like, you could just have simple puzzles where you pick up objects and then the door opens, or you can have puzzles where you put in a code or move objects. Or you could just have like environmental puzzles where you've got to get over something to do something else. But if your stuff has powers, then you want to have puzzles that rely on the powers to be able to do stuff. It's like, is there going to be a code written on the wall that they can only see with the goat or something? Yo, vampire moving all crazy. Colorblind. Has to click the right color button combination of your friendly's mute. Way to tell what color each button is. So you would have a button. No, I get it. Like you would have the buttons around, and if they were opened in order, they would open up a door. But the player one wouldn't be able to see them. The numbers. So player two needs to be able to tell them, but they can't speak. Not sure that the mute part is going to go down well with a player base, because part of the fun of a co-op game is talking, right? No, I know what you're trying to do. I respect it. It's a good idea of like shining a light on something that's not covered too much. What would be? How would I do that? I mean, there's lots of options. I'm just like thinking, how would I get him to be able to communicate just using the word? Just need to read that. Because what's to stop the mute player just clicking the buttons themselves? Yeah, I mean, graffiti would work. Okay, that makes sense. Separated by a wall. Yeah. Drawing with your mouth on a paint with a paintbrush. Yeah, I mean that would work. Like if you just were able to spray onto a wall decal and stuff. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough conundrum to deal with. There's one slash here. Puzzle generation, man. Bloody hell. So like randomized puzzles. That bit wouldn't be so difficult, perhaps. Like you just have a blueprint that. No, you just have a blueprint that calls on random other blueprints. If you're using it with PCG though, and trying to PCG the environment as well, that could be tough. This vampire jump attack. Put this here. Jump starts here. Slashes there. I mean, that missed me completely. That's good. Yeah, no, that's good. Might just change that a little bit. So it's there instead. And then we've got spinning attack. I don't think I've even. Oh, wait, no, those are mixed up. Shit. So we got umpire spinning. Round. Sweet. Okay. Check something out for a sec. Okay. This spinning one here. Yeah, but it was good talking. So fingers crossed that you figure out your game. It sounds interesting. Do you know what I mean? I appreciate you dropping by. And yeah, man, we'll catch you in the next one. These might be something I just do whenever I'm working on something. So like they'll be highly irregular. It's just always good to speak to people, just like chill out and stuff. On range spinning. Where's the ground smash? Ground smash. Smash. AoE damage. Where's the ground smash? It's fine. Ground smash. There it is. Yeah, that works. Ooh.